ready? You guys ready in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with questions with Jeff and then Mike, and then please, for audio purposes, hold the mic, don't brush it against your chest or wave it or drop it or anything, because it picks up on the audio.
Anything else?
That's from Slammer.
Tony, you knew coming in that rebounding would be a challenge, and it was. What was the key to overcoming that and finding a way to win?
Well, we talked about, the message was don't yield. And even leading up to this, we said, look, they're rebounding 46% of their shots. And look at the stat sheet. They rebounded 46% of their shots today. So I said, maybe we can keep them in the 30s, but what's going to happen is they're going to get offensive rebounds. They're relentless that way. And you just wall up and play another possession of hard defense. And if they get a second round, do it again in a possession. And so we just almost braced ourselves for the fact they're going to get some, but don't let them just pat it back in and get an easy one if we can. Make them reset, and then we'll guard them again. And so that was the mindset with them, because that's one of the better offensive rebounding teams. Different than Florida and maybe even Wisconsin. They're coming at all different places, and it's a lot. A couple of them were unlucky with some air balls, but you just had to kind of bend but don't break, and that was probably what happened.
Mike and then Gene.
Tony, you played your starters basically the whole game. Everybody played over 30 minutes. You didn't get a single point off the bench. What was it about that lineup that you had to rely on?
Yeah, I thought, I thought that we needed some of Jake. I thought he played a really good game, his offensive output. And, we have been going with Blake at times. And I just, Blake is, he's giving us stuff. He's showing sometimes his youth. And I just thought the way Texas A&M guards you, they switch everything. They really force you to, put it on the floor. They flood, and then you got to kick and make some outside shots. Their defense is just predicated that way. And I thought Jake was, with some of the action we ran, we needed his ability to stretch it and make some plays. He had a couple nice pull-ups, and his smarts, either on the wing or in what we call them, the mix. And so he did that. But again, Ryan was all over the place. He was so active. That was great to see. I thought Rhodey really played a tough, good game. You saw that, and certainly Reese, he did the job defensively and just played. He's not full strength, so hopefully he's coming around. And then Isaac was tough too. So those guys, in this game did the job. And I thought Tane gave us a good lift, and even Elijah and a little bit that we used Jordan. They all gave us spots, but I decided to go with that group because of how Texas A&M was guarding.
Gene and Rick.
Tony, it felt like the defensive intensity cranked up really in the second half. A&M shot just 24%. Just was there something at halftime that clicked there, and then particularly Ryan down the stretch with those two blocks and three possessions?
We were active, and again, Ryan anchored that. Reese was right, and everybody was just fighting. We knew that was our chance, and they're aggressive, and they had some missteps and missed a few shots, but I thought, I hope our defensive activity and the idea of not yielding played a part in that. And it's a hard playing team. I'm coaching against Buzz, and I know he's a terrific coach, and his teams are well prepared. And so it was just it was kind of, can we match that? And we talked about identity, a group identity, and I thought that was the message. Our identity showed the way it needed to in a game like this. So, and everybody did their part.
Greg and David.
Is one of the trade-offs for not having a dominant traditional rebounder some of the ball movement you get on offense? You guys got a lot of open looks from pretty special tonight.
Yeah, you have to, again, against this Texas A&M team, they're such a, they switch every screen, as I said, and whenever the ball goes where they flood. And you get some mismatches, and we just tried to, space with movement and spacing and some skill guys in the mix. And then we got some nice outside attacks with Ryan. He had the nice dunk, and a few guys, Reese making some plays. Well, guys were lifted, but they make you that defense, you have to just kind of play. And you have to, have some principles and play out of it. And for the most part, it stymied us a few times. But for the most part, the guys, good ball movement. And you saw Rhodey's natural feel and passing. He's natural that way.
David and then Brett.
Tony, how much of a focus was Taylor of your defensive game?
Yeah.
I think he had 35 the other day against FAU.
Yeah, no, he's a talent, and we without Dante, we're like, okay, that's one of our best on-ball defenders. Reese was, a little questionable with his leg. We're like, who's gonna match up on him? Well, I thought Isaac did a good job the minutes he was on him, and then Reese did do the job when he was there. We just knew, Reese would do as best as he could and respond to the challenge. We'd help him and just make him earn all of his looks, because he is a guy that can get it going. I think I believe he's the preseason player of the year in the SEC, and what he did against FAU. And they were down a man too. They have a really good player that's out, an experienced player in Radford. But Coleman came back and showed, why he's really developed his game, and he's a load to keep off the glass, and played a good game.
Brad?
Tony, you mentioned not having Dante. What's his prognosis? When do you expect to get him back? And I'm guessing that was what was behind Elijah being able to burn the red shirt.
Right. Dante rolled his ankle, so he just was not able to go today, and it swelled up pretty good. And so, even before that, we were just talking about the depth and all that stuff, and where we're at. And Elijah's leg is getting stronger and better. I mean, you saw him jump up, grab a rebound, block a shot, and so it was just one of those situations where even before Dante, we were talking about it, and then it made sense. And of course, it was discussed thoroughly with Elijah and his parents. He was like, heck yeah, it's like, let's big picture. But he's moving better, feeling better, and that was the decision. That, and hopefully Dante will just heal up. But valuable experience, and quite a way to burn your red shirt, get thrown into that game in that situation. But I think he airballed the three in the corner, was smiling. So I saw him. I said, that's pretty cool. So as long as we won. I think he's got a nice upside, and he'll just have to keep working.
And Tony, Jake Grove had a stretch again where I think he scored 7 straight for you guys. You talked before about
He didn't miss a breakaway dunk this time either.
So much better night.
Yeah.
What are you seeing, and what is he bringing to you on the offensive end?
Yeah, we offensively, it's been a challenge for us, with just very inexperienced on it. He gives us a guy that stretches the floor. So not only him making some threes, but opening up some lanes. And when people, can do that, that's advantageous. And I just think he's played, he's got the experience, and not many guys do. So we're just trying to figure out ways to get him some more minutes, and that's why I decided to start him, and just thought it was, it was the right time. So I was really happy to see how he responded, and he's just gonna, he's not gonna pass up open shots. And I thought he battled his heart out. And we tried to delay Ethan Sleba, the cut man. Who is it? Ernie, or Mickey, making the Rocky. What was it? Ernie Pacheco. Who's the cut doctor in the boxing? Come on, we should. That's what I'm gonna call. He's a famous cut guy. We had him in our corner tonight, and he got it done. And we stretched that time out as long as we could.
All right. We're done with Coach Bennett. Bring in Coach Williams. Maybe we'll
Freddie, you guys.
It's Ferdy Pacheco.